Blessings, everyone, and good morning. Okay, I'm just going to dive right into this and try to finish this today. It looks like it might be one more video. I'm not sure. Okay, so hopefully I could do this. It might go for an hour. I don't know. Okay. I've been finding that the rose is all over these big, huge churches here in Windsor. They're all over the place. It's the rose, the rose. I remember our Prime Minister, the senior, he would always wear a rose in his upper pocket there. And instead of the little handkerchief and the pyramid, he would have the rose. Um, so yeah, we see a lot of the roses here on these big, huge churches here. Okay. This is very significant. This is basically what I'm understanding is that the rose is a higher rank within the Masons. Like they're right on top there. The rose. This is what the symbology, uh, the rose means. Okay, it's the rank and how high up you are. Okay. So I want to take you. Now here, I showed you this church here. I'm not going to go too far into it, but here's where I believe that this is the Nazi Templars that we have here in Windsor. Okay, is the Nazi Templars, and I'm saying this because of the design of the buildings. Again, we have the Swiss cross. Okay, that's Swiss, right? Okay. Again, you know. Oh, okay. Now, what happened first was I was talking to a brother, and I was all excited about what had happened to me that day when I was taking pictures and how everything was just kind of, coming together for me. And when this happens, I get really excited, and then I had to, calm down because when I went back to work on the video, I noticed something, and it was the wrong name on the building that I thought it was. So then I really had to look back at this again and say, how did I miss this? What's going on? So when I was driving by the building, that this is what I saw. I saw the V. Okay, I saw the V. I'm gonna try to do this here. Okay. Not sure if you can see that. Well, it's very faint. I'm sorry and I apologize for that, but I'm still going to point it out, okay? I thought it was important enough that I keep going with it. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, so it wasn't a V, it was an M instead of a V. And I thought, well, what are they doing there? Like that looked like an M. And you can't really see the lines going down, making that M. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what is going on? So here you can see that there's a V. Well, I don't know if you can or not, but there's a V right here. And I'm looking at this and I see a little line going there and I'm looking closer and it looks like looks like an A. And then I'm looking here and I'm going, well, what is that? And then I said, I looked at the other word down on below underneath it, and sure enough, there's apartments. I made it out very clear that it was apartments. So then I went back up here and then I started going over the letters again and I seen what they had been doing. And they were not going with filling out the whole letter. So we had the V for M with the two going down. You don't see The A, you don't see the V. The R, you don't see them. The E just looks like three lines here, and then there's no line going straight down. There's no back to it. Your N only has a straight line going down, and then your T, you only have the cross, and then you just, you know, you don't even see the T here. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can see that. Okay, so you've got, you've got the V, and then you don't see the lines going down. The same goes with the R, the E, okay, and it just continues with the T. So I looked at this and I thought, this is trickery. This is playing with your mind. This is very deceiving if you're, and yeah, it was trickery, and I looked at that and I went, wow, So this building was done in 1927. So I went behind the building, I looked around the building, and like I said, I saw the blood is here, our blood is here. There was 7 of them up on the top of the building. I'll show that to you again one more time. And in behind the building, when I was ready to leave, I was just moved, So I walked beside the building, and here, as I turned my head, I just kind of looked over, and sure enough, there was the black rooster. There was a rooster here, and this again is all tied in with the Knight Templars, the Nazi Knight Templars. And not only that, but I did realize there was brick, wood, and iron, all 3 of them here. Okay, so I thought that was, like I said, there's no coincidence, because wait till you see what I found. Okay, so, all right, this is behind the building. This is the house behind what I had just showed you with the, the trickery with the lettering, not completing their lettering, Um, where am I going here? Just going to give you an idea. See these here? There's 7 of them. Okay? There's 7. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just driving around, and I came across this burnt church, and it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I never saw this on the news, Didn't know whether, if it was Catholic or anything. I had no idea. And I was just driving, with my daughter. We were just going for a drive and taking pictures. And so I get out of the car and I just decide to talk to them if they knew anything more about the fire. They didn't. They were just there to evaluate the damage. And so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to take a couple pictures because I'm out here anyway. And so I'm, walking around, and I noticed at the back of the building here, there was like a 1 brick wall that divided the church and the house behind it. It was just 1 brick wall, and there was probably about maybe 4 or 5 feet away from the church. Well, it was a good thing, because that house would have went up. There would have been no question. It would have been kindled. So I'm walking around, and look what I find. Now, you see, this is all about symbology, right? And I don't believe in coincidences, and I just could not believe what was at my feet on my way back to the car. I could not believe it. I was just shaking my head. Are you kidding me? Really? Here we have a picture of this thing that was right at my feet. I looked down, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Look at that. Here we have the orange, we got the sun rays, we've got the pyramids, the 2 pyramids, we've got the circle within the circle, and we have Master Brewer, Kabasha. I mean, really? Really? This says ginger. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. I can't make it out. But yeah, that's what I found. Yeah, look at that. Wrapped up in a little bow. Hey? That's what I'd say. Okay, so here it's just a little blurry. I'm going to get you a better picture. But here we have a church, Mary's Church. Again, Knight Templars. It's the Mary Magdalene that they worship. And so this is where the Mary comes in. It's not the Virgin Mary. Okay, and I'm going to try to find a better picture here. See, again, it says St. Mary's. All right. I don't know if that's a good enough picture. No. Okay, so here, I got a better picture. What's this one here? Okay, here it is here. So you can see this now that I did the little crypting over in that building when they, leave things in and out. And I didn't realize that the M had a V. Like they looked at that as being a V. I didn't know that. So here, I mean, when I came by this, I couldn't believe it either. So here I'm looking at these two M's, right? We got the 2M. It also looks like a sword. We have the V. There's a lot of, it's busy here, okay? This looks very busy. And then we have, like they say, we have the cross with the circle on the top. I'll show you that. Oops. Okay. See the cross here with the circle. And again, I'm really starting to believe that this is rotary when they got their little designs back here. It looks like the bricks, but right here, like. Okay, so we have the M, right? We've got the V, and it does look like a sword. Okay, we've got your cross. It looks like a Celtic cross, is it not? I don't know. And here's, just a little entrance going into the cemetery. Again, we have the rotary here, and we have the Celtic, or not the Celtic, but we have the Knight Templar's cross. So here, again, we have the plaque that's at the bottom in the corner of the church. And we have 25.5 and MM111. So again, if you look at this, we've got the two X's that they always, they always do. They got the two V's, and then they got the M's. Now that we know that the V is in the M, this is just piled, right? I mean, you've got the upward and upside down V's, and you've got the upward V's. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got about 8 V's here, okay? And then you've got your X's. Now remember what I said, if you were to crisscross and you overlap the V's, you have the W, you have the X in the middle of it, along with your V's, which would be the Trinity, would be their 3 and 1. This is what this, I believe, represents also. This is Knight Templars, this is French, okay, France, Sweden, okay. I really don't know how to pronounce the name to this, but anyway, okay, here we go. So this here is AD, right? I want you to take a good look at the D here, right? Now the way the D is done. We have the hook, and then it goes around, and then it's got a tail. Okay, I think this is important, the tail. I don't know why. Okay, so we have the tails. Now, again, we've got there's their cross, and this is their Trinity, okay? So we have M, and then we have the thing here, and then we have, I didn't know what this was at first. I thought, is it a D? And then when I looked up at the other D, there was it had a tail coming out, And I thought, no, that's not a D. It looks like an O, but the O is not closed here. You know, where you when you look at the D, you know, it has the same hook, but it's just up here. It's not closed, right? Come on. All right, so that's the O, and then there's the C, right? So again, we have the C. The C is 3 in the alphabet, right? So you go down here, so you've got an O that's not completely closed off there, so a partial O. You have a C, and then here you have 3 C's right here. You've got 1, 2, 3. And I thought, okay, is it an upside down M? No. Is it a W? Could be, but I'm looking at this as being 3 C's. Could it be a W? Don't know, right? Then we've got over here 1, 2, 3, like the 1, 1, 1, like we had seen in the plaque. So to me, they look like there was 3 C's here because they look identical to this here, you know. But again, they are, you know, connecting here. It could be a W. All right. So, and the C, you know, like the seeing eye, SIC, you know, that goes a long way when you're playing around with that. Okay, 33, right? 33, 33. Hmm. No, they're C's. I believe those are 3 C's. Okay, so moving on. So here we're at the Assumption. This is at the river, okay? And here it says Assumption Church. I'm not going to read it all. It's Roman Catholic. Founded as a mission in 1748 and established as a parish in 1767. And I just want to show you here that they put a little stone right underneath it. And this is how, you know, stone's very important to them. They have a love for stone. Okay, so very important to them. That's their first love. I'm just going to show you, okay, this is, again, this is the Rosary Chapel. Again, we've got the rose. It's supposed to be symbolizing the rose, but at the same time, I understand that the rose is very high up there, very important in the rank. So here you would have, you know, the rose. Here you've got your 2 V's, and then you've got the 1 right upside down, right in the middle of it. So you've got your 3 V's, you have the rose. And here, I mean, to me, that's an old door. I walked by it. It's pretty old. So there, that's what I wanted to show you. The rose is very, very strong here in Windsor. Very strong. Our Prime Minister, Trudeau, he would always have a rose in his pocket. I think that's, oh, and another thing I wanted to tell you was the windows. They're covering up all the windows. You cannot see the stained glass windows like you used to. You can only see from the inside. You can't see from the outside looking in. Okay? God hides nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's for all to see. Nothing hidden. So this is this huge, you know, I'm going to say woman because I don't know who she is. Like, I mean, I know that the Knight Templars, they worship Mary Magdalene, and I believe that this is probably Mary Magdalene that you're looking at, Isis. Okay, this is who they worship. Now, I wasn't sure, but here, like, you know, at the bottom, it had 3 cherubs, and it looks like the horn, or not the moon, eh? Not the crescent moon or anything. I don't know, just I'm asking, because it doesn't look like horns. But again, you got the 3 cherubs. I thought that was like, ooh, okay. Gold, absolute gold. I mean, it was the shiniest, largest thing I've ever come close to. Trust me, wow. There's shine there. There's glitter, okay? Lots of glitter, lots of gold. Okay, so we got to look at, the timestamps here at 1843, 1943. I mean, we got to look at all of the numbers here because, see, this is where the Renaissance comes in because all the artwork, everything that you see is coming back from Egypt. It's coming from Egypt. It's all there. The colors, the magic, the deceptions, the beauty, the glamour, the entertainment. I mean, everything is coming right out of Egypt. Okay, it's like what when Obama puts on top of the thing is we've come back bigger and better, or better and bigger, whatever the case, And they just never left. And here we have the door here. I thought it was very interesting. It was old and iron here, and then again we have like the Knight Templars, the the French. Okay. I looked at this. This is the side of the building of the Rose Chapel. And I looked at this again, and this really looks like one of the wheels that are over down by the river. And when I was looking at all those different wheels and what was in the circle, and this looks like one of the wheels. This does not look like a rose to me. This looks like a sun or some sort. It's a wheel. I don't see this as being a rose. It doesn't look like a rose to me. This this is a rose. Again, we got circles, right? We got lots of circles here. Okay. I just wanted to see something here. See, this to me, this is rotary. This is what this is for me. That's symbolize the Rotary International. See, along here,